Hey you guys, this is Quentin 601. I am back here to do part two review of the Basketball Wives season four, and just say how I feel about what um, transpired through this silly episode. Okay, first of all, I'm just gonna say this: how the stage was set up with the cast members. You can tell who's going to be there for season five. You can tell um, that these women really aren't genuine in their apology and things of that nature, even though they may have differences. If Tammy, for instance, Tammy, if you're growing so much from your counseling and you're having these revelations and you all are trying to be the better woman and set example for your daughters, why not sit next to your enemy? Why not sit next to the person that you despise or whatnot? You know what I'm saying? You might not have to agree on everything and even like each other, but to sit next and acknowledge the person that you're with, because y'all don't have the chance to fight on stage like y'all was doing through the season. Y'all don't have a chance to do that. So to me, it just shows that all of these apologies and this, that, and the fourth and whatnot were still not genuine in my opinion. And Tammy, you are the worst of them all with this. How can you say you apologize to somebody, but yet you don't apologize for everything entirely? You only pick bits and pieces that you apologize for. But just like you tell Keisha that she's so quick to point out what somebody else does, but she can't see what she has done. And it's kind of like the same thing applies to you, Tammy. You only pick and choose what you want to acknowledge that's wrong, or what you want to acknowledge that you feel that you should apologize for. The entire situation you don't want to apologize for. It's like it's to me, if it was something like that and it was so horrible, and I know that I've made somebody feel bad, and then you try to use your daughters as an excuse to say, okay, they have been bullied. You should have just apologized for the entire situation altogether and just dropped it right then and there. Apologize to the situation all together. You got to pick and choose. Well, I apologize for this, but I'm not going to apologize for that. That's how I know that you have no growth, Tammy. You have no growth, and you somebody has written this out for you to speak, or some have coached you or something. I just don't find you to be genuine, Tammy. I just do not find you to be genuine. And just like Keisha was saying, why couldn't y'all have a talk civilly like y'all was doing somewhat on stage? Even when y'all were on stage and Keisha was going in, not necessarily going in, but she was saying what she had to say, you were still trying to cut her off. And you still could not articulate yourself without adding a couple of F bombs and cursing and this, that, and the fourth. That's how I know that you are really not trying to change. And I know it takes steps to change. You just can't change overnight, Tammy, because you you're a hood rat. So it's impossible for you to change overnight. But I just don't find you to be genuine in anything that you say anymore whatsoever. Okay, and um you just a bully, and that's point blank and simple. Point blank, you're just a bully. And Keisha is right. You are a bully. You've done it before. You've done it to Evelyn, and you continue to do it. You're a bully. Um, Now, as far as like Keisha standing up for herself, like I don't know what everybody expect people to do as far as like standing up for yourself. Okay, yes, there are some people that are more verbal standing up for themselves than physical. And I believe Keisha is one of those people that you have to be calm in order to work out a situation with her. Any sign of aggression, then she's gonna shut down. Just the type of person she is. And for Tammy to keep saying that, okay, well, I wanted to see what she's about. She had her chance. Tammy, she didn't have her chance in Tahiti because your MO, your MO is that you have to have some liquor in your system in order to get crunk. Then once you get crunk, then you just let everything go. Then you blame it on the alcohol like Jamie Foxx. So if just like she did, she did what she needed to do, and that was get out of the situation. And you still keep twisting the shit as if like you were the savior of her personal belongings. There were three other women at there that could have picked up her personal belongings, and you trying to make it seem like that you saved her shit. Shawnee was there, Susie was there, and Evelyn was there. So you did not do her a favor. You did not do her a favor, Tammy. So quit trying to twist this as if like you are the bigger person now, and you grew and you were doing her a favor. You didn't do her a favor, Tammy. So quit it. Just own up to your shit and admit to it and just leave and just drop it. That's it. The same thing that you're asking other people to do for you, Tammy, you need to start doing it. Okay. Now with Keisha and Susie, Susie, you have been running back and forth since the season began and last season, running back and forth, telling everything that anybody says. That's that's what you do. That's how you keep your ass out of hot water and over the fucking fire with Tammy and the rest of them because you can't fend for yourself either. You can't fend for yourself. You see how quick you fucking um back down when Tammy corrected you about the food stamps and stuff like that. You see how quick did you back down and you was kissing Tammy's ass. So don't try to act all big and bad on stage now to Keisha and try to raise your voice and say, I didn't fucking say that and I told you blah 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 blah, trying to intimidate her on the stage and shut her down. See, I see those in that circle are pathetic. They really are pathetic. Okay, y'all just saw Keisha as a weak person. Maybe she is. Maybe she approached things a different way. It is what it is. But still, at the same time, y'all singing her out. Y'all singing her out, in my opinion. Okay, the situation with Jen and Evelyn. Um, again, I think it was very sad and just it's just sad. It's just really sad that one would go on with these stunts and shows of trying to expose their friend and all of this other stuff that you had for 12 years only to come to find out that you really fucking missed him. That's the sad part. I can't even go in really on it because it's so sad and pathetic that you got grown women acting this way on TV, whether it's from Jen's side or Evelyn's side, I don't care. That you got grown women on TV that are acting this way and you really genuinely miss each other. That's the sad part. I understand that friends fall out and you cuss each other out and this, that, and the fourth, but Evelyn, you just took it to a whole nother level over Chad, who is nobody, who really is. Everybody knows that he's an attention whore. Everybody is telling you the truth that he is really not the marriage type. But yes, sometimes the person that's not the marriage type, sometimes they find that person that settles them down. It happens. It happens. But I see where you're coming from, Evelyn. You want to find out the hard way, and that's fine. That's fine. You don't want to hear what nobody has to say about him, and that's perfectly fine. But this whole situation didn't have to go out left field and out the fucking ballpark the way that it did. It didn't have to go that route. And for the results of um, them putting out there that Jen is jealous of the relationship, they put that question out there to try to make it seem like, to me, I took it as like they threw that question in that test to make it seem like that Jen is jealous of Chad because Jen is jealous of Evelyn because Evelyn is dating Chad and getting married to Chad. I did, that's how they put it out there and how I read it to it, but I did not take it that way. I took it as like Jen is jealous because her best friend is about to settle down and she will not probably have all of the girl time that they may have used to have had together. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna have all that girl time anymore because was it last season or the season before, whatever, they were like this, and they were talking about people and this, that, and the fourth. You can separate them, and I completely understand that jealous side because you know when when you miss your friends, when you miss your friends, unfortunately, things like that, you get a little jealous of your friends every now and again because they ain't spending enough time with you and this, that, and the fourth. And that's just human nature. That's just human nature. So I just feel like that they try to make everybody on the right of John Sally just feel like that they were just like complete train wrecks, which in reality, everybody on the left side are complete fucking category six Hurricane Katrina disasters. That's the fucking truth. That's the truth. Either way, I like. I wish them all. I wish them all luck. I wish them all luck. It's just that the people that are on the left, I just feel sorry for them. People on the left, I feel sorry. Um, Royce, I can't even talk about Royce because she didn't even do too much, but besides land her a theater role or whatever, I'm happy for her for that. Maybe that would get her focused a little bit. Um, Kenya. Um, to me, you accepted that apology from Evelyn too damn quickly at that table. I know you wanted to knock the shit out of her, but still, I can't get that out of my head of how she just sit back like, so what am I supposed to say? I'm sorry for throwing a bottle. I can't get that out of my head. Um, Keisha, um, you're not gonna be back for season five. The gag is everybody that was on the right of John Sally is not gonna be there for season five. Um, if Susie is there, it's only because Susie has nothing else going for her. Because if you catch the tea, Shawnee is still the executive producer of this show. Tammy is about to have a spin-off doing something else. She's about to venture off doing something else. Evelyn is about to have a spin-off with um, a wedding special and possibly a reality TV with her and Chad. And what you got, Susie? Nothing. Nothing. So you will be there because Shawnee is going to feel sorry for you because the only thing you know how to do is give blowjobs. But I just thought that this whole reunion, the second part of this reunion, it was just very, 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 very lackluster. The audience, they must have been friends with everybody that was on the left of John Sally, and that means Shawnee, Tammy, Evelyn, and Susie. They must have been their friends because anytime that they said something that was going in or correcting the people on the right, they were clapping. Once or twice, you heard somebody clap in the audience when somebody, whether it was Tammy or somebody like that, was getting corrected. Maybe once or twice you heard a clap, but other than that, this show was designed to make those four women in that circle make it seem like that they have their stuff together. And the only reason, and I guess it's, I don't know, it's because they're popular, but I don't see how they're popular. I really don't see that how they're popular and people like them. I don't, because I just can't see for myself. Okay, how can all of a sudden you want to change when the fucking show is over? When you should have had these thoughts during the show. You should have had these thoughts about your children during the show and how it was affecting your children. Now all of a sudden you want to come and say, "Oh, my girl's this, my stepdaughter's that." Come on now. I'm just, I'm not tuning in for season five. I'm not, um, because one, it's not gonna have the same drama. It's not gonna have all the fighting and this, that, and the fourth. And that's what everybody watched the show for. That's what everybody continued to watch the show for, was the drama and the fighting. Other than that, what else is there to talk about then? What else is there to talk about? So that's just my opinion with part two of it. Like, John Sally's still lame as shit. I hope they do not bring him back for the season five reunion. They need to you better off bringing Meta World Peace in there because he just as crazy as they ass. You may as well bring him. And John Sally, you annoyed the hell out of me when Evelyn and Jen, they reconciled and was hugging and crying and basically saying that they missed each other, and you sitting up there like with with your ear out in it, and like, oh, my bad, my bad. You don't sit your ugly cockroach looking ass down somewhere. And then you really killed me. You really tried it too, John. Gonna talk about for the people that view you guys in the negative, got negative comments. Basically, they're haters. How in the hell they're haters? How are we people that are clocking their T's and saying that they are fucked up in the way they handle these things? How are we haters? How are we haters? You really, it's people like you that give people like them the fuel to keep acting the way they're acting because you're applauding them subliminally. You're giving them the applause subliminally. It's people like you to keep this shit going on, and I don't like that. I didn't like that, and I was like, you obviously you have some type of investment in this. I don't know. It's because you play basketball and you think that you will offend Shawnee or whatever because she's a ex-wife of a um basically legend now. Shaq, I don't know if that you felt some type of way and you felt that you should be on her side because of that, and because you play basketball. But these women act a complete fucking nut, and they all, like I said, they all have responsibilities in it, but they're not holding up to their responsibilities. It's my thing, and you basically applauding them for that shit. So it's this just is what it is, I guess. It is what it is. I won't watch season 5 right now. I'm gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna get into this Mob Wives Chicago because it looked crazy. Um, I did get into the other Mob Wife. What was Mob Wives with Big Ange and all them. I love Big Ange, but anyway, that's gonna be my show for right now. Mob Wives. If y'all want me to post my review on that, I'll do that. But that's gonna be my show for right now. But yeah, this is my review. I'm content with it. It was very silly, so it is what it is. So this is Quinn 601.